was raised in church. Growing up, they'd say, Bob, tell us your story. And I'm like, well, I was raised in a good Christian home. I've loved Jesus all my life. I said, Lord, my story's boring. It was as though he said, we can change that. Here's what I discovered. He rarely writes short stories. I wonder if you've ever asked the question, God, why did you put Jacob and his family in Egypt for 200 years? Back in those days, the number one killer of human population was war. And if God had left Jacob up in Canaan with his little family of 70, over the decades, their family would have been constantly bombarded with warfare. Their population base would have been continually eroded, and they would have never found the critical mass necessary as a nation to take the whole land. And so God's basically saying to Jacob, let me do you a favor. Let me put you in captivity. God places them behind the front lines of the Egyptian military. And for over 200 years, Egypt took all the hits, and Jacob's family just kept growing. For 200 years, the family of Jacob did not suffer a single casualty to war. They got so large as a nation that by the time they came out of Egypt, they actually rivaled the population of Egypt itself, so large that they could enter their promised land, take their promised land, inhabit their promised land, and hold on to their promised land. God puts you into captivity to enlarge you.